Greetings, fellow villagers preparing for the invasion. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to ASKA. Episode 28, Building the Village Palisades. The other thing I mentioned, and I'm going to do this once the metalwork is done getting built, is I'm going to need to transition my woodcutters from cutting hardwoods to softwoods, because these gates and walls are long sticks, sticks, and ropes. They don't involve hardwood at all. There is a higher tier wall, which is the plank walls, but the plank walls cost planks and beams and nails, and as a result, they're a bit pricey, which is why I'm not going for them right now, because these are more or less temporary walls. The other thing I probably ought to do is to make a giant batch of rope, because I probably don't have enough rope stockpiled within the base for all the projects that I'll be queuing up. And this is one of those projects that, like, a cart works real well, because you can just load up a bunch of the building material in a cart and roll the cart around your base, and have people draw from it. Now, I'd like for this path not to be cut to bisected, and that's too long, so there is a short wall that you can build. Short hedge wall, so that things are a bit better spaced. Perfect. And that is like a lot of projects for my builders to work on. So one thing I might consider is to to change where people are working, so that if I do in fact need more worker, oh, wrong side. If I do in fact need more workers, oh, the short wall was backwards. The thing is, I'm not likely to, I guess I'll fix it. What I was going to say is I'm not likely to actually add spikes to any of these places. Because I don't think I'm going to need spikes on temporary walls, but I'll fix it all the same. One thing that you also note is the roads don't work through gates. So your road will terminate to the gate. So there's no... I wish that wasn't the case, but there's like no way for your road to continue through a gate for like stamina purposes or anything like that. Unless they patched it. Maybe they patched it and I'm unaware. But last I played, that was the case. Now, the other issue that we're going to have here is going up this this hill here. I think I'm going to go above rather than below. But there's a bunch of rocks up there, so it's going to be a little weird. Maybe it won't be. So, like, in this case, I can place the wall here, but the spikes will intersect with the stones, which is fine. I don't... Because I'm not likely to be using spikes. I don't care about that. And these stones on the ground are, like... Can that be built? Oh. The game's not stopping me. These stones on the ground can't be mined up or anything, so it's not like I can get rid of them. Alright, I think in this place we're going to need short walls. Oh, just barely! And this road is going to get real weird, probably, once I put the gate in. Because gates are flat. So it's going to, like, oddly flatten out this section in a way that is probably not going to work out. Actually, it's fine. Yeah, that's still walkable. Yeah, it was way better than I thought it would be. Some enemies are ranged, but in my experience, the ranged enemies don't do tons of damage, so you don't really need to worry so much about arrows coming into your village. A stray arrow, as long as you don't have the meleeers like rampaging, is probably not going to get anyone killed. So the higher level walls will like, they're much taller, they're more of like a wall, less like a fence. And they will stop, like, the stray arrows. But it's probably unnecessary for all intents and purposes, given that the Draugr archers and the skeleton archers are, like, weak as hell. Let's do a gate here. You think I can use the road marker on the dirt gate area? I'll try that once we're all laid out. There's a bit of forest that I'm going to have to cut through here. And the other benefit is it will keep, as long... The villagers, like, compulsively, and this is a good thing, compulsively close the gates. So as a result, it means that smokers will not often have a chance to actually get inside. They will be kept at bay. As long as you, the player, doesn't, like, mess that up. You... Hedge tower goes bye-bye. Blimmo. Because I don't need it there anymore. I might need to trim some trees in this section. Oops. Meant to go for the stump. Because we're going to need the logs for wall building. I am surprised that the metalworker has not had any progress today, like, at all. So I may want to go investigate. My guess is, like, a draw knife broke, or axes broke, or something. Because, seriously, what the hell? All day long, and they got 0 carpentry done. So before I get any more into tree cutting, what is going on with you guys? Why? Thirsty, hungry? Is it your time off? What is going on? I don't know what they're doing. It's confusing me. So we do have one woodcutter axe that potentially broke. I don't know if this is the bottleneck. Probably isn't. It actually looks like they've done a lot of carpentry. And they ran out of hardwood logs. It's a union meeting? Yeah, ran out of hardwood logs and long sticks. So it wasn't a, it was a tree cutting problem. No, there's 5 beams there. There's no posts, but there's 5 beams there. So, who are my builders? What did they do today? I could also potentially take a hunter off the hunting. Because I don't know if I need 2 hunters at this point. Van Deathheart, did you do any building today? Maybe you don't have a hammer or something. But even a wooden hammer should be pretty available. Let me check on the warehouse's hammer supply. No, there's hammers. There's even metal hammers. Honestly, quite frankly, I don't know. I don't know what kept them. Well, there they go, all of a sudden. Maybe it's, the difference of day crew versus night crew. Maybe most of Van Deathheart is a night crew, and he just started working. That probably makes the most sense. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll go back to, planning out the fences. You need rakes? Yes. Will do. So we only have one builder. Once I have the layout of the fence done, I'll probably change the work allocation a little bit. So we have more people building and fewer people probably wood cutting, because I can cut wood and supply it on the cart pretty efficiently, pretty fast. But these are what the hedge walls look like, and the hedge gates, and they can be upgraded straight to the plank tier, or added spikes, which damages attacking enemies. The problem is the spikes cost large stone, so just as a demonstration, I will set 1 spike up. So this is why the direction matters, because if you have the spikes facing the wrong way, they're not going to help you when you're defending, because, you know, if they're pointing inwards, that really sucks. So that's why you pay attention to the directionality when building it. God, this is a mess. And now for the tough part. Connecting the 2 sides so that we actually have the, like, walled-in bonus. Because this is what I struggle at. Right, you can see why. Let's do... short? That connects as far as I'm concerned, but yeah, it doesn't really... Maybe I'll wait to snap both sides. So I'll pin both of these and try to get them built first. And lucky for me, there's like hella long sticks all over the place, and regular sticks for me to just supply. That's why the hedge wall building is like not too bad to do. Because they're pretty easy to just rapidly supply the materials for without much issue. As long as you're near or in a pine forest. Because I've gotten everything but the rope, and I didn't even really move at all. Which means I should crank out a giant batch of rope so that we have plenty of rope for the wall supply. Build them at angles so the points meet. Yeah, it's hard for the points to meet until they're actually built, though. So I wanted to build them first so that I can, like, better visualize it. And then also just mass batching rope like this is a okay way to level up your crafting skill. And what I'll probably end up doing is just delivering all the rope myself, so that the NPCs don't have to make extra trips, because they're not exactly efficient about, like, fetching materials. They'll grab, like, 2 rope and then deliver it, and then grab 2 more rope and then deliver it, and, like, that doesn't make any sense. This is slightly more efficient. Okay, let's try... slightly pointier. You can see why this is the section that I struggle on. There is a bonus for fully enclosed, and after a few attempts, like, I'll probably honestly give up on attempting the fully enclosed bonus. Out of, like, the, oh, the hell with it kind of frustration if I can't manage to do it. Plus, I won't know if it worked until everything else is built. So it's hard to tell that I'm even did it correctly until all the other walls are built. So I'll know that this section here is the tentatively wrong one. And I'll just, like... I'll just, so it's where this torch is, and I can just leave it for later. But, like, that looks good to me. I just don't know if it will functionally connect in a way that the game cares about. One more long stick. Whoa! The logs are throwing me about. So, I don't know if that's a connection. Well, I guess we'll see. So I'll deliver all the other ropes, and then reallocate some workforce. So we have a lot more builders helping out with this. And then moving our woodcutters over. In fact, maybe once I deliver all the ropes, I will build the metalwork myself and have my woodcutters switch over to the softwoods. Is it one of those things like asking as long as the player can't go through it, the NPCs? I don't really know. We'll tinker with it once I'm a little bit closer to having it finished to understand its full rules. But what I do know when I was playtesting this is I did indeed struggle trying to have those things connect. For the passive bonus of fully enclosing your village. I, like, never could get it to fully register. It's not a huge bonus, especially when you have a standing military, because a standing standing guards will provide a lot more defensive happiness than like a simple surrounding palisade will. It's just one of those like nice to have, nice to do things. All right, so I've roped it all off. Let's go ahead and reassign the woodcutters. And actually, you know what we should do? This will be a woodcutter softwood or pine. Doesn't fit. Pine tree hut. And then the other one I'll name the birch hut. Birch tree hut. Birch tree house. Okay. So we're reassigning the birch tree house people to the pine tree house. So that we amass softwoods for the walls. And then I'll get the metal cutter built myself. Ruburn, thank you for the resub. I'm going to also ditch a lot of my inventory so that I have a lot of space to pick up sticks. Because if I can save my, I'll even just run around with a hammer, that's fine. If I can save my NPCs having to, like, hand-deliver sticks, that would be awesome. Because hand-delivering sticks to these things sucks. And that way they can just focus on the planks and long sticks. I need to make room. My argument for this is the player can, like, use T, holding T, to, like, hoover up all the sticks within a given area, which is not something the NPCs can do, so the NPCs don't pick sticks up quickly. This is just trying to make it easier for the walls to get built in a timely fashion. So how many days, chat, do you think this will take? We have 10 days until the invasion. I'm curious if you have a guesstimate ETA. Estimated time to completion. Nothing like a tactical pickup stick roll. Take 4 or 5 days? Yeah, you guys might be right. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is Hunter Hut. So the Hunter House, we have Yaman and Razola. Razola's way better at it than Yaman, natural proficiency and all. So Yaman, you're fired. You get to be builder. And Bloomery, Sapo and Pooker, dismissed, dismissed, and then Mine Hut, Cyber Eye, dismissed. So now we have a lot more builders, which of course probably changes your estimated, like, time to finish. We have a lot more builders to be able to supply the things that we need, because these aren't like heavy-duty building projects requiring hammers or anything like that. Like, you can just use wooden hammers and, like, put these hedge stuff together. It's not a big deal. So seasonal work, if you will. Invasion season. You don't think I'm going to finish it this stream? Oh man, I think you're very wrong. But maybe you're right. Who's running up on me? Stop trying to scare me. Tomorrow night if I'm helping? Yeah, I think it's actually going to be just not very much time at all. Because I intend to help. And the player is like a god tier builder. I mean, I've already supplied like 3/4 of the sticks that the project needs in this short period of time. With the, like, pick up all in the surrounding area action. And I also just furloughed a whole bunch of people to become builders, so given those two actions, I think this will go pretty fast. Another thing I could do is if we identify an area, like, this is all hardwood, but if we can identify an area that has a lot of softwood down trees, like over by the stone torch area, I could also put down builder material flags so that the builders source materials themselves. So maybe that will be the next thing I build in just a second. Because I think that's that might be just as important so that they're not relying on warehouse workers and woodcutters to be able to actually fetch the materials themselves, because they don't always do that in a timely way. Which means picking up some bark, turning the bark into... Oh, you know what? I have a lot of fibers. Never mind. I forgot. I have all these fibers. Putting the bark into rope. And then these are probably temporary flags. But there's some downed like softwood logs and sticks around here. So I'll just be putting in these temporary flags so that the builders know, hey, you can take material from these areas, it's fine. Yeah, this is gonna look pretty cool when it's done. And these flags cost almost nothing, so I don't think it really matters if I'm, like, if they overlap or whatever. I mean, it's 3 sticks and a rope. Cool. Alright, let's get the rest of the sticks delivered. There just happens to be giant piles of sticks here. It's gonna make my job easy. Yeah, I think we might be done with this wall, like, today. No, it's already 3 p.m. But tomorrow, very reasonable. Oh, I got stuck. I'll just pick the whole log up. It's fine. I like how that's a solution. It's like, oh, a log's pinning into the ground? Just yeet the whole log. One of the... Oh, my goodness. There's so much, like, tree cut debris around. I I was going to say one of the other hidden benefits of this project is all of the random tree cut debris that we really haven't been using, a lot of it will be utilized in this wall build. What did we cut down here? Like, there's just so much debris here. It's surprising. Like 10 trees got felled in that one area or something. So I'm curious how much of the project that they have done. It actually looks like the metalwork is been going fine, kind of without my direct interference. I do want to try to finish it off tonight. It only takes 3 posts, so that's like a very short cart's trip's worth. It's not a big deal. And I do see some of the... I wish they didn't call it hedge wall, because it's not like an actual hedge. It's like a wattle wall. But I do see some of the initial wattle wall getting built over there as well. These are some of the sticks that we cut, like, at the start of this entire series. Which is why they're so decayed. It doesn't affect the durability of the wall when it's fully built. Like, the condition of the resources has no effect. Oh, this is hardwood. That's why. So, so what I'm saying is it doesn't really matter that, that these sticks are, like, mostly rotted. Why are all my warriors standing around? Is this... Let me try to figure this out. So what are they doing? Barracks. It is 7 p.m. Oh, it's probably their break time. No, 8 p.m. is their break time. They're just standing around. But they are apprentice, novice. Novice? Why aren't you... Oh, you know? Hold on. No, I don't want red meat. Dang it. They're just getting hungry. Are you just... is there like a weird... Are they not able to grab food? Like, what is going on? Do you not know how to feed yourselves? Do I need to spoon feed you? Get back to work. They could be stuck. I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Oh, the training patrol got deleted as I upgraded the barracks? Alright, I'll double check on that. That's quite likely. There we go. They were set to train, but not told where to train, and they couldn't figure it out. But I figured it out for them. I basically yelled at them, "Hey, lazy idiots, get back to work." And they're like, "Oh, shoot. Boss found out." So pretty much all the sticks have been delivered at this point, if I'm not mistaken. There might be a few here or there, but nothing my builders can't handle. So mostly what we have left to do is to grab long sticks. So running over to the woodcutter hut. Manage tasks. Ah. So this is the pine tree hut. It should really have looked... Oh, I screwed this up. Long sticks high, logs medium, and everything else is going to be low. Because the walls are mostly made of long sticks, so long sticks are the higher of the priorities. Because they've been doing hardwoods, and that's completely wrong. So I'm glad I caught that. So the problem we had was we just had a big bottleneck created by my stupidity. So you're welcome. I mean, I know you're like... whatever. If you don't want to wear clothing, I'm not gonna force you. So, before I go back to... before I go back to working on the walls, I would like to finish the metalworker. Which is really not that much work. It's just 3 hardwood logs. And, we happen to have 3 hardwood logs right here. So I'll grab the cart, get those debarked, deliver it, and we'll have access to pretty much all of the gear. I won't have the skill requirement, necessarily. But at least we'll know what there is as possible to be able to make. Does the birch need fixing? No one's working in the birch, tree cutter anyway. Summer is coming to an end. Yeah, you know what? This is totally how to use a crate. Or cart. Yeah, let's fix this. There we go. I find it, like, actually, honestly, quite endearing, the physics of how you can just, like, flip the cart around and make it do all sorts of nonsense. Because some games, it's really annoying. Like, the alternative is that it's, like, physics real. And the problem with that, as much as that sounds cool, is, well, the cart would get stuck on everything all the time. Unless you had, like, cobble roads everywhere. Right? Like, one little rut in the ground, and the wheel comes to a halt or gets stuck in the mud or whatever. So the fact that the cart can, like, float on everything and, like, flip around like it's doing capoeira or something, I find hilarious. And I love it. I hope they never change it. Because I've definitely played games that had these kind of carts and they just got hung up on everything and you're like, damn it, this is so annoying. A lot of these sort of survival games. No, don't touch my... Hey, cut it out. Don't touch my beam. That's for my wife only. No, give that back. Oh wait, I didn't actually need to drive the cart. I was delivering it right here. Oopsie. Alright, so here's the upgraded metalworker in all of its lovely glory. And if we take a look at the crafting table, we've got the large crude iron pickaxe, which is better for, it's like a two-hander for mining. Does a lot more damage to the mining. And then, similarly, the crude iron axe for wood harvest. Scrolling down a bit, this is what's more important. Two-handed sword, two-handed battle axe, and two-handed warhammer. So that's what the upgraded metalworker will offer. which is pretty awesome. Thank you for tuning in to ASKA, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Viking warriors.